Hi everybody, I'm Jessica and you're watching Blue Ridge Bubble Works. Today we are going to be baking the third and final soap in our October Nights collection, which will be available on Monday, October 4th. The soap we're making tonight is actually called Movie Night. So the whole collection is inspired by things that you do in October nights. You know, the last one, or the first one we did was Bonfire. The last one we did was Goodie Bag, and the final one is Movie Night. This one is going to be a long drawn out process. This will be a long soap. So I want to explain everything up front because the rest of the video is probably going to be in fast forward. Otherwise it'd be like 3 hours long. So the colors we are using are Winter White by Nature's Garden. Come on. There you go. Winter White, not Nature's Garden. I do that all the time. Winter White by Nurture Soap. If you can read backwards, you can read it for yourself. I'm actually out of this, so I need to make sure I order some more. We will also be using Trial by Fire by Nurture Soap and be using Buttercup Mica from Brambleberry. And remember, this turns very, very orange. As you remember from the Bonfire soap and from the Bee's Knees, it turns bright orange, but it will turn yellow again. Now this is going to be a multi-layered soap. Like I said, it's going to take forever. Oh, and the fragrance we're using is Buttered Popcorn by Nature's Garden. And let me tell you, oh, it smells amazing. Like, it could not smell more like actual popcorn if it was made out of actual popcorn. It smells so, so good. All right, so let's get started. Okay, so like I told you, this is going to be a multi-layered soap. It is going to take a long time to do it, and I have actually split my batch into 2 different containers. These are just the melted down oils all mixed together really well, and then I split them in 2 containers so that I can make this in 2 batches. I did the same thing with my lye water over here, so I'm going to set 1 lye water and 1 batch of oils over there. And so I'm going to have 2 little tiny batches. Back to it. Okay, so I've got my lye water mixed, my first batch of lye water mixed with my first batch of oils. I got to be really careful and not over mix this. Okay, that looks good. Okay, so like I said, this is going to be a multi-layered soap, so I'm doing very thin layers. So I'm going to pour 2 layers worth right here. Make sure they're about the same. There we go. Why am I making such a mess today? Goodness. Okay, so 1 layer will be red. The next layer will be white. So I'm going to put just a little bit of red in here. And a little bit of white in here. And mixy. See how I like that color? And then I'll add the fragrance afterwards. That is not quite red enough, I don't think. So I'm gonna add just a little bit more red. And with this tiny little bit of soap, a little bit of colorant will go a long, long way. Move this out of the way so I don't accidentally knock that over. All right, I am happy with that color. So I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of fragrance. Just a little bit. Hopefully everything works out good and there's no ricing or anything. Oh my goodness, that smells so good. Okay, I do have a mini mixer, and that would take a lot less time to use this in the mini mixer, but I've only got one little mixing head on it. So if I put it in the red and then put it in the white, it would turn my white pink. And I definitely don't want that, so. All right, let me get this wiped off a little. All right, so first layer, here we go. And I'm going to keep using the same cup over and over and over again, so I want to get it scraped out as much as possible. All right, so what I'm going to do to help ensure that my layers are as close to even as possible, put that off to the side, is I'm going to put them side by side, since I poured this one first and then I poured this one to match, and now I'm going to pour this one to match this one. All right, so now I'm going to mix up the white the same way I mixed up the red, and all the rest of the layers are going to be just like what you just saw. Okay, so I know this probably only took a couple minutes for you guys, but I have literally been working on this soap for an hour and a half. All right, I've gotten to my final layer. It's all mixed up. This is going to be my actual buttered popcorn layer. And this, it's not totally set up, but I'm just going to scoop it on there real easy. So I think it'll be okay as long as I don't dump it on there. Of course, this way I'm going to end up making a great big mess, aren't I? You can see some different variants in the color on this. I don't know if you can see, like over here, it looks like there's red in there. That is just this colorant, because I mixed it up a little while ago, hoping that it would set up a little bit. I'm just going to pour it on here like I have been. But I mixed it up a little while ago so that it would set up a little faster, or it would be set up when I was ready for it. It's not necessarily setting up faster. So some of the soap that has been exposed to the air more has turned a little bit different color, but it's okay because it all evens out as it sits. All right. Now this last little bit, get it all scraped out. Man, I'm making a huge mess. Stuff's everywhere. All right, that's good. And this layer is not going to be flat on top. I just want to make sure that it is even. I don't want to have a bar of soap that's way bigger than another bar. So I just want to make sure I've got just about the same everywhere. All right, so I'm going to get it all off of here. There we go. All right, so I'm going to give this a minute to set up a little bit, and we will be back to texture it. Okay, so this soap took forever to set up, enough that I could texture to the top. But here it is up close. This is the Movie Night soap. We'll be back for the cut.